let's just go back to Twitch.
And then
Da-da-da-da.
write in at least their rates. With the
Oh, right, yeah. I gotta do that on OBS.
BT.
BT3.
3 and BM2.
Larry and Larry.
Yep. So, you are BT...
No,
He's
no,
BT.
not
That's
Larry.
BT, that Larry.
BT3.
And I'm
BT.
BM2.
BT3, Larry...
And BM2 Larry. Battleship Larry. Ooh, that's on pimp. Are
I'm just
we on
cute.
right now?
Yeah.
Oh, we are? Okay.
M2...
So you can't say anything bad then.
Oh,
You're just Battleship, Larry?
Yeah.
Mute that. So
Yeah.
we're not getting the loop.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good picture.
Yep, this is what they are seeing right now.
See me doing this.
Yeah.
You got cake in
You
your
got
face.
yourself cake in my
Nice.
yeah. That's ship's bell cake. It's okay. It's hiding the gray hairs.
Alright, and then just like that. Alright, so this is what they see. So, we are indeed live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Let's just pop the chat. And hey, we got our first response. So, folks, welcome. We have a very special double feature here. We have Larry and Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Larry's, plural, served on board the Battleship Missouri, the adorable younger sister to the Battleship Iowa, obviously, which so happens to be represented in game. We had Len on earlier, Len Jablon, who was on New Jersey, and he was rather salty that New Jersey was not represented in game.
Oh,
But Missouri is.
that's right. Last active battleship, March '92, decommissioned.
So, let's introduce you guys to our wonderful fans. So, Larry, want to tell us your rate and a little bit about yourself?
Hi, my name's Larry. They call me Battleship Larry. I've had that title since I've been working on the Iowa
Up here.
since June of 2012. I joined the group pre-com in '85 on the Missouri, which was a great ship. That was the most honored to be on that ship. We got commissioned March 10th of '86. Went around the world. We were part of Operation Earnest Will in '87, escorting supertanks to the Straits of Moose. Got off the ship in '89. It was like I said, it was the best ship that I've ever been on. You don't realize the history until you leave the ship. And when I got back here, it comes full circus. Full surface, because it's unreal to be on one of these as a docent now, as a head docent on the ship. It's a complete honor. Oh, Larry.
It is. It is.
Good.
Hey, I'm BT3 Larry Helm. Served on from '86 through '90. Boiler division. I served mostly in number 2 fire room, which are boilers number 3 and 4. Like Larry was saying, it's you don't realize the history of the ship until after you're off. Bigger part of it now that these ships are museums, they're open to anyone to be able to come down, check it out. I live about 45 miles away, so I only make it down about once every 3 weeks to come down here. It is truly an honor to come down here and be part of any battleship. You have a bad day at work, you know what, I come down here, I leave here refreshed and I feel good.
Yep.
Oh, excellent.
Especially I give tours down now. They got the full steam ahead tour down in the engine rooms, boiler rooms. It's incredible going down there. I feel good going down there.
And of course, for those of you that are a little bit wondering, hey, why are these two looking off camera? We actually have 2 cameras set up in the exact same room. So our Larrys are sitting right next to each other because they love to Larry together, I guess.
Wow. Yeah, especially today. Today is a very historical day on the ship. This is the 75th anniversary of this great ship that we're on today. we were honored the state of California, the state of Iowa, excuse me, to give us the ship's bell. It says USS Iowa 1943. We just had a small function back aft with it. It was an honor to be a little part of this. That's like I said before, our little part. A special shout out to those people in Iowa that gave us this bell. This is a complete honor. We will take care of your bell and your ship.
And of course, as our Larry said, this is the second best battleship according to you.
Missouri is number one. And all of my homeboys, I grew up in the state of Iowa, joined the Navy from Des Moines, Iowa. So thank the state, thank you guys for giving us the bell. Your state gives a good contribution every year to help this museum run smoothly, and it does. I've noticed too that the last crew that served on board the Iowa left the ship in really good condition. Most of the stuff you go around and look at, it's not freshly done. This is the way the ship was left, and it's incredible the way it looks. It's really good shape.
Yeah. So, as we're going ahead to get started with, of course, the Missouri. We're looking for a battle, and hopefully we'll be in one soon. So, while we're waiting, Larry's BTBM, for those that are watching that don't necessarily know the Navy rates, you want to talk a little bit more about what you guys did?
I was a boatsmate. Boatsmate, you got 6 decks of boatsmate on board the ship. It was one of the original right-on rates in the Navy. When I got in the Navy from a small town in Maine, I decided that I wanted to be a part of what I call the elite, the boatsmate right-on rates. Later on, all the other rates, they all went to the left, but I wanted to be a boatsmate. That's what I do. I honor the veterans on board this ship. I honor the veterans on board the Battleship Missouri Association. I'm a board member on the Battleship Missouri Association. I'm the West Coast liaison for that group. A special shout out to my shipmates, like Larry over here. We got a lot of us in this area. We got a lot, and I got a lot of friends that serve with us as volunteers on this great ship. So it's more than it's just unreal to be able to do the little parts that me and Larry do on this ship.
And
Yeah, as a boiler technician, my responsibility on the ship was to help maintain the boilers, and basically if you weren't in engineering, you were just along for the ride.
Wow.
No offense there, Larry.
Wow. Thanks. We had the small boats.
Yeah. Yeah. One of my primary jobs was I was the throttleman in front of the boilers. We control how much fuel pressure went into... Yeah, sorry about that.
That's okay.
As you can tell, we're having fun here today.
very good.
We had maintained the 600 pounds on the fuel pressure, or steam pressure, controlling a throttle valve back and forth, throwing different burners back and forth. A primary day is, you spend, normally it was a 4-hour watch you spent on board your... Oh, someone walked around above us.
Yep, some people were on the missile deck.
Yeah. 4 hours at a time. You would be 8 hours off. Your normal 8 hours off during the day, you did different functions. I worked in a gauge calibration shop, so all the different pressure gauges and temperature gauges on the ship, or in my fire room that I was responsible to maintain, make sure they're calibrated and working properly.
Well, very nice. And as our game gets started, our boiler techs are working nice and hard. We've got us up to speed and getting into position.
I could be on the helm right there.
Oh, yeah.
Or perhaps I should say our Larrys are working hard right now.
Working hard.
So as we move into position, Larry, what fire room did you work in?
I was number 2 fire room,
Number 2.
which is boilers number 3 and 4.
Very nice. And any particular fire? Well, obviously, both you Larrys did the good old fashioned join the Navy, see the world.
Yes, definitely.
So
They forget to tell you 2/3 of the world's covered in water.
It's a lot of water out there.
A lot of water.
I've seen a lot of it, huh?
I've seen a lot of water.
Well, if you saw a lot of water from the engine room, I think that would be a problem.
Yes. Yeah, you had to walk up on the main deck to see the water.
Yeah, that's where we were.
Yeah, main deck.
Yep.
Oh, see, yeah, I was always below the water.
They were
level.
down in where it was all hot. 115 degrees down there.
115 on a cool day.
On a cool day.
On a cool day.
And they're always drinking coffee.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was always a little bit warm down there.
Get that one. Nice.
As you wish.
There
This
you
is
go.
cool. We're watching the game going on at the same time we're here in this room.
Indeed, so I'm being
Very nice.
very nice. And while I'm doing so, I'll use that turret 3 to go ahead and swing around
There
and
you
take
go.
a shot at that Scharnhorst.
It's one
So-
of the nice times I was on is when Cher came on board and
Oh,
did her
yeah.
video.
Ooh.
Yep.
Don't really like her music, but she was nice coming on board that day, and her attire was very nice that day.
He was there when Steven Seagal was there.
I was there when
Steven Seagal came on and did Underseas.
So that's the reason why the ship is in game.
Yeah, it literally
He
is.
wanted the ship in game.
Oh, okay.
If I
plays
could
the
turn
game.
back time. I'm not going to sing, of course,
Yeah,
because I can't.
I don't
But
sing.
yeah.
There was actually when the Missouri was first added.
Missouri?
When the Missouri, excuse me, yes, when the Missouri was first added to the game, you had the opportunity to obtain a captain who was Steven Seagal,
Oh,
voiced by Steven Seagal. It was modeled after Steven Seagal. It was
Okay.
everything.
If you're in port and zoom in on the Missouri, he's actually on it. He walks
Yeah.
around.
For a little bit,
cool. Oh, fix that. We're getting hit.
well,
That wouldn't happen in real. This is the game. This wouldn't happen in real deal. We would already be at battle stations. We have the 16s and the 5-inch 30s taking them targets out, just like you're seeing right there. Nice.
Oh, that does look nice.
They also used our ship for the movie Battleship, which is
Yeah.
another movie that was out.
uh-oh.
Also in the late 80s, there was a mini-series super carrier where the engineering spaces, they didn't film them on an aircraft carrier. They're actually filmed on our Broadway down on the Missouri.
Very nice.
That's a good hit. You're looking out, Nick.
So, interesting stories or things that happened while you guys were on board Missouri.
I think the coolest thing that I can recall, we were in Perth, Australia for the America's Cup. The Australians call it the Aussie Cup, but it was America's Cup. We're there. We're with yachts, big old multi-million-dollar yachts sitting there, and we're anchored out, the Missouri. Dennis Conner, which was the captain of that ship, America's Cup ship, he won. He said if he wins, he's going to bring on the America's Cup to the ship. He came on and grabbed one of the ball caps, and everybody took a picture with him. I think that was way cool.
Very nice. So unfortunately, I got a little bit too far out in front of the rest of my team, and
That ain't us, is it?
We're upside down.
Is that us?
yeah,
Well,
I
But
ate.
we're not very good at the game.
That wouldn't happen in real
Hey,
life.
I got a kill. It's better than I usually do.
No, but that don't look
Well,
good, son.
We'll count that one. Because
Yeah, we'll count.
Missouri, and we have Missouri sailors with us
Exactly.
right now, so we'll count that one.
So-
there's normally two things that'll sink a battleship.
You're not on anymore.
I'm not?
No.
Okay.
Oh, he isn't. Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is
Yeah,
on.
okay,
he still
I guess
is.
I am.
Oh, okay.
I just have the.
Oh, okay, I'm
I just
sorry.
have the chat popped out so that we can
That
see
wouldn't
it
happen
better.
in real life, would it?
No,
Larry?
it wouldn't.
The
Two
Missouri.
things will sink a battleship. One is a direct nuclear hit. Second one is Congress. And in 1991, Congress sunk all 4 battleships. So.
Wow.
Well,
The we got the Missouri reunion coming up. We're going to be in Ohio this year, September. Anybody that's watching this is from the Battleship Missouri reunion. Come on down and see us. We're going to be down there. And like I said, this is a very historical ship. Yeah, I served on the other ship, the Missouri, but I've been on this one since, got over 2,000 hours on board this ship right now. And
as you
it's
can
a
see on
complete
his hat.
yeah. It's a complete honor to do it. Me and Larry, we go way back. It's kind of cool having another person named Larry on the ship. Huh, Larry?
It is, Larry.
Yeah.
It is, Larry. It is.
And of course, especially when Larry served on the Missouri.
Yes.
Together on the Missouri.
On the Missouri.
Hey.
You served on the
Yeah.
Missouri?
Yeah.
See?
Hey, we
What
got
are
to
the
buy lottery
chances of
tickets.
that?
Yeah.
God.
Also, any homeboys from Iowa, if you come here, you guys get on for free.
Yes.
Indeed.
Anybody from Iowa.
Bring your Iowa ID cards or driver's license, some sort of identification from you from Iowa.
Yep.
Get on for free.
Get on for free.
So while our Missouri is being rebuilt, we do have the big sister Iowa as well in the game for the Iowa class. So we're going to take her out and see how well we can do.
Don't
with the
flip
main-
it over like you did the Missouri.
I'll do my best, but when I take like 3 torpedoes in the space of a few seconds, I can only do so
You got to
much.
mind your helm, Nick. Oh man.
You'd know a lot about that, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Oh, that was one thing. See if I can show this to you. My last name is Helm.
Mind your helm.
Yeah, mind your helm.
Oh.
I was called a few times up to the helm of the ship to drive the ship. I drove for Secretary of Defense in 1997, Secretary of Navy in 98, and this dude named Wayne Newton, whoever he is.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was a David Garcia, where they ordered us to go see him. He
Yeah,
goes,
we had to
hey,
go
how
see-
you doing?
yeah, go see
hey,
him
welcome
or-
to be here. Yeah.
Oh, got an announcement coming over.
Of course, we always love to
Yeah,
announce our goals
That's zoomed in.
as they take a
Oh,
group
we're
photo.
We're
together.
taking a Missouri photo. Thank you.
I got to drive the ship for a dude named Wayne Newton when we're in a little island or just outside of Diego Garcia.
Yep.
Very
He
nice.
told us Wayne Newton's this way, the bars are that way, so most of us went that way. Sorry, Wayne, I didn't know who you were.
Yeah, we did some really, really good stuff. We went around the world, thanks to President Reagan, which was awesome. We were part of the 75th, the Australian Navy. Had to do the hip, hip, hip.
Yep.
Hip, hip, hip. We were anchored out, and the Duke of Edinburgh, which is Queen Elizabeth's husband, rolled by. We had to go to hip, 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 hip with your hats, which was cool. Like I said, it's unreal. 1 battleship, but 2 battleships. I saw this one we're on today, the Iowa, in '83 when I was in Pascagoula. I was on another ship, and she rolled by, and I got some really good pictures of her.
Nice.
And I'm going to share that with the Iowa family here on the ship. You're doing
So
way better with the Iowa than you did the Missouri.
Oh, yeah.
Nick is showing favoritism.
well, I was on Missouri like 10 years ago when I went to visit, and I'm on this one all the time. So I'm not gonna lie, I do have a little bit of favoritism.
What do you think about that?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Hey, at least we're not trying to see New Jersey or something like that.
No, I didn't.
true.
Yeah, I can't talk bad about a battleship.
Actually, I served two watches on the New Jersey.
Really?
The New Jersey just came back from a 6-month deployment just a few days before Christmas, and I believe it was in 1988. They had a lot of crew members that wanted to go home for Christmas, and I was single at the time, no kids, not married, and I figured, I'll volunteer. Went 2 4-hour cold iron watches on the New Jersey.
Very nice.
Not as clean as the Missouri.
Obviously not.
Well, okay. You shooting what? Icebergs?
I'm shooting this North Carolina
I
that's
see.
coming around, yeah.
You're gonna shoot one of our own ships.
And swear
Well,
we are
see how it's
Wisconsin
colored
fans.
red?
Oh my God. We know we got the.
If you guys want to buy my ticket to go to the East Coast, I'll give you a personal tour of the Battleship Wisconsin. It's the only battleship I have not been on yet. Although I do like that little Geico, that little.
Oh yeah, the lizard.
The
thing,
lizard
yeah.
that does the gecko that does the Geico.
Oh my
commercials.
God.
Speaking of the Wisconsin, my wife and I made a dedicated trip to see the Wisconsin. She has some family who lives in Richmond. We made a dedicated trip to go and see her, and she was closed.
Oh.
We drove
That's
all
because you.
we drove all the way down to Norfolk, and she's closed. It's like, well,
Well, I don't know
Oh,
what
well.
to tell you. That was because you can walk up the street to General MacArthur's museum. It's right up the street.
yeah, but that would require me going to see the Museum of some Army guy.
Yeah, but it's way cool. It's history, you know.
It's true, yeah.
You know, he was a part of the proceedings are closed. Right, Larry?
That's right, Larry.
So, you guys have been in... So, Missouri, of course, stationed in the Pacific. You guys have been all over Pacific Rim.
I've been all over. I was East Coast and West Coast.
So, what was some of the favorite ports that you guys stopped in? As
Australia is number one.
Yes,
that has to be number one.
Australia was unreal.
Pearl Harbor,
Yes.
definitely, probably number two. I always do remember when the Missouri would always pull up next to the Arizona when we pulled into port. We always did a really nice reef ceremony.
Yep.
That we would stop next to the Arizona. Our chaplain would come on, say a nice prayer. We'd throw a reef overboard. Then they'd pull us back. Would anchor usually pull up to a pier right next to the Arizona, across the bay from it. Always kind of a real nice touchy moment when you pull up next to. We can see the beginning of World War II, the Missouri, the end of World War II.
Yep.
Next to them, the two together. Which happens to be the best part now that
Yeah,
the
they're both
Missouri
there.
is right next to the Arizona and Pearl Harbor.
It's unreal when you go. When we were on the Battleship Missouri, you roll by the Iowa. Your hair stands up on your arms, and you sense what it's all about. A lot of people don't get that. You sense what it's all about, why you did it, and I'm grateful that they put it there where the Pearl Harbor started and it ended on the deck of the Missouri. So it's bookends right there, which is very historical. And then now they have the sub Missouri is based over there now. That's two ships of the same name in the same area. That's way cool, way good stuff.
Very nice.
But everyone knows the Battleship Iowa is the better one.
True.
I'm
Indeed.
sorry, Battleship Missouri.
Missouri.
No, I'll go by your original statement.
Missouri.
Yeah, we do got a couple of.
I had a friend of mine. He got married over there. Norm Rebhouse. If you're watching, he got married on the Iowa.
Really?
I mean the Missouri. I'm sorry. Sorry about that, Norm. But yeah, I mean I've had some of my Missouri friends show up here on the ship. Don Fosberg, you know, we got Larry. A lot of us here in this area, we like I said before, and I say it again, battleships. We were running the world with battleships. Now we're just museums, which has a lot of history to be taught to schools and whoever wants to come down and see these great ships.
Of course. So,
I'm spacing off watching the
Yeah.
the video back there.
yeah.
He's shooting all kinds of stuff.
Alright. I know you've talked about how you were at sea for how many months was it?
We were that was on another ship.
Yeah.
That wasn't on that one. That was on another ship. That was almost like 9 months.
Yeah.
Ran out of food. Because you know when you get out there and then you're waiting for the ship to come. This wasn't when I was on Missouri. It was another ship, and you're waiting for the other ship. It's in the shipyard waiting, and all of a sudden, next thing you know, your milk turns into powdered milk. Your eggs turn into powdered. You run out of vegetables, and everybody knows that Navy runs on coffee.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have a problem if you run out of coffee. You can run out of everything else, but if you run out of coffee, oh man, the world's gonna
Hell
go.
will break.
It's gonna
Probably have a mutiny if you run out of
Yeah,
coffee.
I don't know about the mutiny. I can't go there, but it can be definitely a bad day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
you
what
know,
about ice cream?
We always had
we
ice
had
cream.
we had ice cream all the time.
We had nice soft serve ice
Man,
cream.
ice cream. You could eat 3 square meals on the battleship, and
Also-
you could go to the Gedunk store and load up. When I was in the gun mount, I would go and I had these coveralls with. I had extended pockets. I put Pringles and oysters, smoked oysters and Cheez-Its. I was rolling. I was in there stuck because you don't want to eat the box little lunches. They always somehow they would put the moldy oranges in the box because they know we're stuck in a 5-inch 38 gun mount.
Also
down
in
to where he's
86, 87, and 1988, the Missouri got best dessert in the Navy 3 years in a row.
Yes.
Ooh.
Yep.
Oh, dude, that's something to be proud of. Look at I'm glad the camera doesn't go down. Yeah.
Wow.
You'd need the wide angle lens.
Oh my God, that's good.
I think I gained 40 pounds in 4 years on the Missouri.
I was kind of wondering about that because obviously, during the 40s we had the soda fountains aboard, and of course in the 80s we had the soft serve. And my wife and I were joking, oh, how did they not gain so much weight? And then we kind of mimicked the GQ alarm. It's like, oh yeah, that's why.
That keeps you in shape. General quarters.
Oh, yeah, it does.
Yeah. Put down your cereal bowl. General quarters. All in menu battle stations. Huh.
Oh, yep.
So, So, I just completely blanked on what I was going to say.
Yeah.
It'll come back to me in a moment.
You can shoot that ship if you
Alright,
want.
let's go.
I'm still reloading.
Scariest or most dangerous situation you guys were in during your service?
I don't think dangers being on a battleship,
Yeah.
but 86 through 90, luckily at that time we were not involved in any actual conflict. So
Operation Earnest Will, 87 in the Straits of Moose.
Straits of Hormuz. We were scheduled. We were going back and forth through the Straits of Hormuz up into the Persian Gulf. We were called upon to. I think we were supposed to blow up an oil platform out there. Unfortunately, the powers to be decided they didn't want.
Battleship IOWA welcomes.
Hold on.
Just keep talking.
Okay.
Iceberg.
They
Captain,
didn't. Yeah.
United States Army, 1989 to 2000.
Waiting for that to go
The
over.
Cold War and the National Defense.
Well, the powers to be decided that the Missouri shooting at this oil platform would have completely destroyed it.
Which
So
it
the
would have.
Yeah, which was the idea, but they come up with they just wanted to poke a few holes in it to make it inoperable. We did. I think it was that time we had a MiG fly by us, which we went to a real general quarters, but turned out the Russian MiG only wanted to take a look at the Missouri, and there was no
Nice shot.
harm intended.
They just wanted to take pictures.
Yeah, he just wanted to take. He wanted a picture of the Missouri out at sea because it is a historic ship.
I believe it.
Yes, it is.
Danger. There was. I can't see my arm. The burn marks went away. I had second-degree burns from my knuckles on my left arm up to my elbow. Whole arm was a big blister. My left side had was a 250-degree water line or a pump line cracked and sprayed on me.
Oof.
Severe burns. The facial damage you see was previous. It didn't happen from there.
That's why you got the beard?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, beard's covering up. For me, that was it. You get burnt, you get steam burns, hot, sweaty, a few scratches, a little bit of blood and stitches occasionally. And a guy named Tracy Acoyne, if you're listening out there, one of our BTs, had his arm inside of a forced draft blower sump cleaning it out. The ship took a roll. He ended up having I believe it was 40 plus stitches in his arm. We're out at sea, so he recovered in our great sick bay here. Spent a few days in sick bay before they kicked him loose. I think they gave him a whole week off of not going in the hull. But here you get hurt, you're out at sea. You know what? You still got to perform a job. You still function correctly.
He's ruined 2 battleships.
Oh, man, he sunk our battleship.
That ain't even a good term.
Yeah, that's.
Look at it. Which one you gonna go with now? You just ruined 2 of them. You
Well,
gotta go back to the shipyard now.
Let's see if Missouri's got rebuilt.
Yeah, let's rebuild it.
Did you get killed on that one?
Yeah,
No, I didn't.
No?
Yeah, we're watching the video game.
The,
time here.
I think the craziest thing I can remember, it was prior to me being on the Missouri. We were doing replenishment. Replenishment is where you have ship-to-ship refueling, and we were doing forward bell and probe for fuel, and the mast off a submarine came between us. That comes between us. You have to go to hatchets and stuff and do emergency breakaway, cut all the lines. So when you're cutting the lines, they take the bell, the bell, and the probe split, and you get fuel all over you. Come to find out, it was one of our own. Subs. They didn't tell us they were there, but you have to act like it's the bad guys. You always have to act. But that's luckily, knock on. I don't see no wood, but pretend. Knock on wood. Okay.
Yeah, right there.
And and we no one got hurt. We just got a lot of fuel on us.
Oh, good thing then.
Yeah.
So, our Missouri's been rebuilt.
Oh,
So
right.
we're going,
Nice.
going back. Yeah, we have a very efficient shipyard here.
Was this Nick's shipyard?
I run a mean yard. That's all I
guess
can say.
so, because you made her sink last time. Don't do that again, please.
I'll do my best.
Tell him, Larry.
Yeah. Hey, any old yard birds that used to work in the Long Beach Naval Shipyard? Also, thank you guys for making our ship look nice.
Oh my God, yes.
And you know what? Just talking coffee was the trade-off to get anything done. If you wanted someone in the shipyard to help your department out, you took a couple cases of coffee down to that department and trade back and forth to have things done.
True statement.
I remember Long Beach Shipyard. Well, I don't know if I can mention the Long Beach Shipyard Chrome department. That we traded a couple cases of coffee to have the boilerplate number 3 and 4, indicating our boilers chrome plated. Traded coffee for that.
You know, we were joking as to earlier, before we went down for the bell ceremony, as to, you know, obviously the bell wasn't chrome when it was.
It looks good chrome though.
It does look good
Looks
chrome.
way cool.
We joked that the reason why it was chrome was because it was the 80s. Everything had to be chrome.
Everything was chrome.
Everything was chrome. So here we go again.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
let's take them out this time.
Let's take them out this time. Hopefully this Hindenburg will wake up. and
All
help us.
those Iowa people out there, it was way cool. We had you guys on board 3 years ago when your Iowa Hawkeyes were in the Rose Bowl. That was way cool.
Yeah.
It's good to see people from the state of Iowa coming down and seeing their ship. I say their ship because it is. It is the ship of the state of Iowa. We're making sure the ship's bell and the Iowa is good for the people from Iowa. Come on down, show your ID, like Larry said. Get on for free.
And I understand today it's snowy in Iowa. It's not snowy here.
It's nice here.
It's shorts, t-shirt weather.
You ain't got shorts on though.
Yeah, I know. I didn't wear shorts.
Yeah,
today.
I didn't either.
Yeah. It's the mid 50s, which for California,
It's
you know,
cold.
we Californians say this is very, very cold, and those Iowans say that, oh, it's so warm, it's awesome. However, that being said, during the summer when it becomes like 100 degrees or something,
Oh,
A little hot.
we Californians say, it's nice and warm, and those Iowans say, oh God, it's so hot, why?
That reminded me of a little Missouri story. The Missouri, we were north of Alaska, steaming through the North Pacific. Is that North Pacific, or because we really came close to the Arctic Circle, but we decided on the Sundays we'd have picnics on the back of the ship called Steel Beach. And I believe it was a relatively warm day for being north of Alaska, and I think it was like 16, maybe 17 degrees above zero.
no thanks.
Me and some buddies were up there, and we
You're not
realized,
taking it.
everyone's got parkas and ski masks and gloves, and we realized that we're in Iowa. This is shorts weather. So for some dumb reason, we went down below ship, got shorts, tank tops, flip flops, came back up to have a picnic on the back of the ship, and everyone's like, "You guys are crazy."
Yep.
We're like, no, we're from Iowa. I realize that too is both the same thing. Crazy and Iowa's together.
Not
And
necessarily.
I'm from Iowa, so I can say that. So, no offense to you non-crazy Iowans.
So you're from Iowa,
From Iowa.
and you wound up serving on Missouri.
Missouri.
You're from Maine,
Yep.
and you wound up on the Missouri.
But I
So-
saw the Iowa in '83 when she was in Pascagoula. They were towing her down.
So at no point did you consider, hey, I'm from Iowa, maybe I should try and serve on the Iowa, or was it not like that?
Well, have you ever been to Iowa?
I have not.
No, there's 3 things to do again from Iowa: smoke dope, drink beer, and
Wow.
listen to corn grow.
Hey, I don't
And
remember.
you
No.
get tired of that. Well, I did in 1986. Again, no offense to you Iowans. It's meant as humor.
That was over there.
That's me.
That was the Helm, Larry,
yeah,
not
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 this one.
Oh wait, but you're the helm's man, Larry.
No.
It's a good thing I
what
learned in the Navy that you can drink beer anywhere
Yeah.
in the world.
The
Battleship Iowa welcomes Ed Stensrud.
it's way cool. Like I said before, I'm going to put that out again. It's way cool to be on this ship on this day.
Very cool.
75th anniversary of this ship. We're here. We had cake. We had some goodies. We had Mr. Dayway talk. We had Jonathan Williams, which is our CEO of the ship, talk. We've had a lot of great people on here. We've got a couple World War II guys here today. So
It's true.
I'm looking forward to piping those guys on board here today.
Very nice.
We're hoping we can get at least one of them up here, one of the World War II guys.
That would be so
Indeed,
cool.
yeah.
Or at least down on
Lloyd served on the North Carolina. He's
North Carolina.
awesome.
North Carolina's
Yeah.
in game.
Yes.
So we can use them.
Yeah, he'd love to see his ship in the game, but you can't ruin it like you did the other two ships.
You know, I'm doing my best, but partially it's also that, you know, my team is melting.
Yeah, I've noticed that. And you go in reverse too.
It's not a good thing to be out on my own.
Unless you're on a battleship.
Well,
Boom.
Boom.
even the
No,
battleship,
yes, not in the game.
even the battleships don't operate alone, though.
No, they don't. We had a big group when we were out and about. We had a big group,
Yeah.
just in case.
Just in case.
One of our former volunteers, a guy named Ernie Thompson, World War II vet, boiler tech on the Missouri. Unfortunately, passed away a few years ago. If you guys are here when he was here, it was a great honor to meet a guy like that.
Oh my God.
Different breed of people from World War II versus our cupcakes today.
Yeah, he was my my favorite person that I've ever met, affiliated with the Missouri. That guy served on the Tennessee prior to the Missouri, and then he served here as one of our head volunteers. He was 99 years old. I was here for his 99th birthday. It was unreal. He is still missed. If those Missouri guys were at our reunion in Reno, I brought pictures of Ernie, and I had them on display. We took a group photo with the pictures of our Ernie. We share him with the Iowa, and we share him with the memory of the Tennessee people, because he was, like I said, he was like a big brother to me. He was awesome. We even marched to his house a couple years ago with the Chief Selects, and we went up and they honored him with challenge coins and a plaque.
Nice.
So we always remember. That's what it says on the Missouri. We remember. That's why we say we remember. We remember this stuff, because when me and Larry are passed, it's going to be other people that's going to be remembering the battleship history of the Missouri, the Iowa, the Jersey, Wisconsin, or whatever ship that he or she served on. You're going to remember that. So it's a big thing. It's a good thing.
Good.
Real good thing.
And of course, speaking of veterans that we miss,
Yes.
Bob Despain.
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah.
Bob Despain was unreal. This guy, prior to going in the military, was a lifeguard, and his ship got hit in Lady Gulf, and he jumped in the water and he saved numerous people. There's a book called Tin Can Sailor, and it's in there. There's people quoting, "If it wasn't for Bob Despain, they would have not been alive." That's why we do. Me and Larry, we don't have the history as Bob Despain, the Ernie Thompsons of the world. We have our own history of battleships. They have, they led the way for us. You know, the Bob Despains, the Ernie Thompsons. There ain't no more people like that. That's why we have to. When you see a Missouri sticker or a hat, it always says we remember under that. That's because we remember what our past, where we came from. If we didn't have a past, we wouldn't have what we are now. And a shout out to Joe up in New York. That's our president of our Missouri Association. He was an 80s group. 80s group took over a couple years ago of the Missouri Association. The older guys were worried that the ship association was gonna run aground. It ain't running aground. We're running this thing full speed. We got
Full speed ahead.
Full speed. We're going, and we've done a great job. All of our guys, you know, Joe is an awesome president of our Missouri Association. He's up in New York, and I'm doing a shout out to him because he makes it happen. He makes it happen. He's a great guy. It's I remember when he was a boot camper. All them guys that's on our group.
Remember the camera's up here.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, the camera's up there.
You're looking very.
Oh, I thought it was up there.
Well,
Yeah.
we'll get another one eventually.
We'll get another one eventually.
I'm sorry, I'm
but-
looking the wrong way. Well, anyway, up to Joe. You know, Joe. I remember when he was a boot camper. Awesome guy, 2nd Division. A lot of our guys are from 2nd Division on there. We got. I'm hoping that we can get Larry down there in Ohio. Ohio, Dayton, Ohio. It'll be awesome. We're gonna have a great time down there. We're down there just for like 5-6 days. Again, the Missouri guys, the great people from the Iowa. Thank you for the ship. Thank you for that bell today on this ship today on its birthday.
It does look
So,
really nice.
Everybody in Iowa, we're taking care of it. Like I said, I'm going to put it again. We are taking care of your ship, and your bell. We look forward to seeing all you guys down here on your ship. And you can see Larry.
Yep.
And Larry.
And Larry.
Hey, Larry.
Larry.
Yeah, hey, Larry.
Larry. So, good news. We didn't sink the last
Hey,
game.
we didn't sink.
All right, we're good.
Yes.
Woohoo!
We took a lot of punches, though.
We took a lot of
I
punches.
can see
but-
Larry's at work because we got smoke, so that's
Yeah,
good.
we got steam coming out, so we're good.
At the same point, probably Captain yelling down to the Larry's because we got black smoke coming out.
Oh yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah.
No.
You don't want that. That's not good. Is that an iceberg? No. Okay.
I believe that's more of a mountain, but we
Okay.
can say it's an iceberg. You know,
As
all,
long as we're not the Titanic.
No, that would be that would be bad.
it's
I still
like
got a big mark on my butt from. I got a big crack on my butt. If you guys want to see it.
No.
We were leaving Sydney, Australia, and one of the things we were trying to always be clean burning. Well, the family that met us wanted me to give them a signal that we were leaving, so I smoked black. And so as we're pulling out, I closed the 2 air registers real quick to make black smoke. Unfortunately, Chief Knowlton was right behind me when we got the call that smoking black to fire, and I got a boot right in the
Backside.
Yeah, backside.
Yeah.
I
Don't
still
use
got
some
the
bad.
crack there today, so but I'll save you. I won't show you that picture.
No, please don't.
please don't. Yeah.
Yeah, Australia was really good. We
Oh,
we
it
pulled
was.
into Australia. There was ships of all size. I was on port side aft. I was on line handling detail. So it comes a small little boat, and they're throwing those little, big cans of Foster's up. And I had some electrician tape. We didn't know about duct tape back then. Electrician tape. So they'd come on board, and I'd peel a piece off and tape it where it was cracked. And the chief goes, "What are you doing with that?" I said, "Oh, I got to save them." So we put them behind. So we had, a couple of cold Fosters. But
Nice.
yeah, that was before we got in. It was cool. We've been all to sail a ship of this size around the world and make it back in one piece and show dignitaries the firepower through 1650 broadsides, all 9 going at the same time. It's pretty impressive.
You added the make it back in one piece just because of how I've been doing today, haven't you?
Yeah, I put that out because Nick has been running aground, and he actually Missouri 1. I'm going to name it Missouri 1. He sunk it. Iowa, he sunk it on the game, and then this one we're doing okay so far.
Well, the game just started too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
So
helps.
we're 5 seconds in, we're good. We're still good.
So you've been to Australia. You've been obviously to Pearl. What are some of the places you've been?
Well, recently on news, South Korea.
Really?
Did you go to the Korea tour?
No.
Okay, we went South Korea. We went a couple things that I've seen on the Olympics on TV. That there's a Busan Tower back in 1988, I think it was. That building was in need of repair. They had no OSHA or safety standards at all. We rode in an elevator that you could literally stick your finger in rust holes in the elevator cab as you're going up.
Yeesh.
It made the creakiest, eeriest sound ever. but we realized we're drinking beer, so it wasn't no big deal. It was a different place seeing something like that. Went to the Philippines. I thought I grew up as a poor kid. Visiting the Philippines, I realized I was not. And no offense to the Filipinos, great people. You could see that you have a family unity of people there. But I realized there I was not poor. That was a weird place to visit.
So, what are some of the other places that Missouri said? Or actually, let me back up a bit.
Panama.
Panama.
Canada.
Canada.
Mexico. The weirdest foreign country was this place called San Francisco.
That was where we got recommissioned in May
Was it?
10th, 86. Yeah, that was awesome.
Strange people.
No. A shout out to Budweiser. Remember Budweiser gave us the Bud. It looked like a credit card. I wish I had it. It looks like one of these, but it said Bud card on it.
Yeah, it was a Budweiser card.
While you were there, you could go and get Bud Light, Budweiser. At that time, they had Bud Dry, and you could go and they would honor it like a credit card. So, shout out to the Budweiser people for having us have a nice, enjoyable week while we're up there. That was way cool. We had a good time.
Nice.
Also in Australia, I don't know if you were able to do this, Larry, is we'd go to the different museums in Australia, and you took your Missouri, sorry, it's Iowa today, you take your Missouri ball cap, and that was your admission to get into almost any museum.
Yeah.
We climbed, there was that bridge next to the Sydney Opera House.
Oh, that was cool.
And we traded, all of us, we gave the guides their Missouri ball caps for admissions to go climb the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge, we sailed under the bridge. I took a cab over the bridge, and then you could do the tour up and over the bridge.
Walking up and over the bridge.
Up and over, it was way cool.
Nice.
And then during the 75th anniversary, they did fireworks from the bridge.
Yep.
So it was, again, some reason we keep going to Australia. Australia was awesome.
It has.
I've been to other places, but on the Missouri, that by far was my favorite. On the Missouri, but I've been to other places, Italy, Spain, it's awesome too when I was on the East Coast.
Nice.
But
Mexico, Mazatlan, really cool place.
So, there's a story that I've heard, and it might be apocryphal, and that's kind of why I want to check. Is it true that Japan wouldn't let Missouri dock there?
I wasn't on board then.
I wasn't on board then.
Okay, well, never mind. The
There
story.
were some in Sydney,
I don't know that.
Australia. We were allowed to berth next to on a pier, but Fremantle we had to.
Perth, we anchored out.
Perth.
Fremantle, and then Hobart, we went pierside in Hobart. They had the guys that weren't on duty. They wanted us in our uniforms, look all spiffy, and go do a march with the Missouri flag. For those people that, with our Missouri Association, that's that one that says USS Missouri in gold with the blue. That's the flag that we went through Hobart with. The one we have in our hospitality room. You gotta get over there. He hasn't come to our reunion yet. Been talking to him. He's got to show up because it'd be cool to have the Larry and Larry show.
Oh, it would be. As you guys can tell, how many viewers we got?
We got 6 viewers right now.
See, look at that.
6 people.
We're rolling now.
And Nick is doing better too. He's doing way better with the ship.
I'm doing way better. I'm not so sure about our team though.
Yeah,
About half of them are dead.
yeah. I can see there's not too many people left up there.
Nope. And that's usually a bad sign.
That's a bad sign.
Yeah. So I will do the best that I can. But
Is that one of ours? The one you zoomed in on?
no, if they're red, then they're enemy. If
Well,
they're
let's go
green,
ahead and shoot at him if you can.
well, all right, guns
Right
are
there.
just up now.
That one right there. It looks like a good.
It's true. I like him to turn a little bit more so that I can try and get some shots into his side.
Get it
though.
right in the. Oh, someone already taken care of it for you. Nice.
A few thousand damage. Of course, I don't want to point my broadside at him.
You
Yeah,
know,
hopefully one day we can fire these guns off again. They
Oh,
do
man.
fire the 5-inch guns on special occasions. 2 pounds of powder versus the 55 pounds of, was it 55
No,
pounds?
15. The
5 shell.
yeah,
Yeah.
the 55-pound round. What we do, like Larry was saying, is we do this for like Memorial Weekend. We'll do a shoot. We've even done it for a wedding a couple years ago. We did it. They were cutting the cake and then they discharged a couple 2-pound charges. That was really impressive. And we do it for Veterans Weekend.
Long Beach Christmas Boat Parade.
Oh, man.
And 2 pounds is enough. It makes both babies and grown men cry. The
That is,
sound.
it's got a good sound. I know that sounds crazy to you people out there, but a good sound. It's awesome. You go on YouTube and you see Battleship Iowa 5-inch 38 shoot. You see it. Just turn down your speakers until it, if you got a good surround sound, you don't want it full power like that because it sounds. You can run into it.
Yep.
He just sunk the
That's why
battleship.
he wasn't on a battleship.
Yeah.
Nick over here, he's playing what they call Battleship Demolition Derby. He just ruined how many ships? 3 already? 3 of ours you wrecked?
At least I took one with me.
Okay.
Look at it. Look
There's a
look.
positive.
Look at that.
Count
Look
that
at
as a
look
kill
look at the
deck?
look at the water coming in. Good job. Look.
Oh, look
That
at
would
these.
never happen in real life.
Yeah, we're gonna
that.
flip it.
Are we gonna count that one as a kill, Nick?
That's
Yeah.
All right. So we
Oh
got
my
3 so
God.
far. So we gave ourselves the goal of trying to get 75
Kills.
that
for...
isn't.
by the end of the day.
I just
Probably
don't want
not
to
gonna
see a
happen.
battleship sinking like that. Look at
Yeah.
that.
Well, would you rather see a
You'd be stuck.
Yeah, I
You're
would
in
be
the water.
I'd be way.
Hey Larry, you okay? Life
Bloop,
ring?
bloop,
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 Which is kind of nice. My engineering space was anywhere
Wow.
from 2 feet to 30 feet below the water level,
That's
so it was
unreal.
always nice being below the water level.
I assume you're better at this.
Not so much.
He is 3 of them.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
would you rather see a cruiser go down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Take a cruiser out. Don't take one of our battleships. We only got 4 of them big boys. The Iowas. He's over here.
Actually,
Demolition Derby.
this game has the Montanas.
Are we offline now?
No,
we're still
on.
online.
Still on?
You're still on.
This game has the Montanas.
Oh my God! They have the Montana. Look at
Let's
that.
do one more game and then let's go see if that food's ready.
Okay.
Food.
Yeah.
The food on the pier.
Oh, yeah, food.
So, Montana or Des Moines?
You gotta go with the Montana
All right, Monty it
because
is.
this ship would have been produced by September 2nd, 1945. The Japanese, the incident of surrender, or we would have had what Nick is about to bring out of the shipyard, the big monster, 4 turrets. This thing is a monster. It would have been unreal.
When I've been to Des Moines, nothing to brag about. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, my mom still lives in Des Moines.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you're an equal opportunity insulter, so
Yes, yes.
that's that Larry over there.
Yeah,
That one.
this one.
Yeah, not this one.
Larry Helm, not Larry
Yeah,
Helm's
yeah,
band.
Helm.
That one over there. The one with the beard thing.
Yep. It's all turning gray now, though.
Well, mine's gray because when you get old, you get these sea wrinkles.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was gray because of
These-
Chief Johnson.
These are these are sea wrinkles.
Let's not
We,
go there.
we had a I do the Cub Scouts, Boy Scouts, and Girl Scouts when they sleep over. They're with Nick. Nick is in charge of them. They bring them up to the bow, and I talk to them. So I told him that I served on the Battleship Missouri. So the kid shot his hand up. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I go, yeah. He goes, so what was it like when the Japanese surrendered in 1945? I said, I wasn't around then. He goes, well, you're old. So I said, no. I said, these, you can see them. These are sea wrinkles. And the kid started laughing. It's sea wrinkles. You got a couple sea
Yeah, I'm
wrinkles.
getting a few.
You got a couple on
Mine
there.
are from having a daughter, though.
No.
I didn't have.
Wow.
If she's out there, I didn't have one gray hair before she was born, and now,
Wow.
almost 17 years later, look what she's done. I got to wear the hat. to
Yeah,
keep-
look. You got the
Oh,
same
yeah.
haircut I got.
Yeah, see,
You know what this is called?
The
Summer
Larry.
hair.
summer hair.
Summer
yeah.
here, summer there. Summer hair. Yep.
I've got mine. It's just turning gray now.
You got a hold of what they call hair be gone.
The hairy gone.
The hair be gone. See, like
hair
this.
be
Look.
gone. Hair be gone.
Yep, but it's awesome when Larry comes down. We sit here and we talk about the old days, but it's cool to have him on board because we were both on the same time. We didn't know each other.
So
we probably
1,750
we
people.
probably ate chow together. We probably had a beer together. But the thing is, you don't remember. Now we come here and he's like my little brother. He's a pretty cool dude because I'm the old guy with the sea wrinkles. But
I'm getting sea wrinkles.
yeah, you got a couple starting
Yeah,
on your
getting
starboard
two.
side. But yeah, it's cool. Again, a shout out to those Missouri guys, the Missouri Association, the people from the Iowa, the people who served on these battleships, these 4 battleships. I don't care if you served on the Iowa, the Jersey, Missouri, or the Wisconsin. Good looking out. It was I would honestly say it was an honor to be on one of these
was an
things
honor.
because not everybody is a battleship sailor.
0.0000001%
Yep.
of the world or the Navy got to serve on board a battleship.
And the thing is now, if someone comes up and says, I served on a battleship, well, there ain't no more battleships, people. March of 92 was the Battleship Missouri. That's when she was decommissioned. So no one else in the United States Navy can say they served on a battleship after 92. That was the last active battleship.
And hey, that's
Takes
still
us-
longer than every other country.
It does become an honor.
Yep.
Same working here too.
Oh, man. It's people.
You get battleship pox, which is a good thing. I'm going to go home the end of the day feeling good. You know what?
Battleship pox?
Battleship
Battleship
pox.
pox.
I never heard of that.
It's a good. You feel good.
Oh, okay. I guess I got that too.
Yeah.
You got battleship pox?
Sure.
I
Yeah,
get.
see,
Okay, we all get. I
When-
learned something today, and
when
they
it-
said that when
it's
you get
catchy.
when you get sea wrinkles, you
Yeah.
can't. Well, there we are.
Or at least I get battleship box when my guy doesn't bash his head open on
Oh.
04.
Wow, that survey says
Well, I work with a
you're
couple
doing
guys
way better
who-
with this one. Maybe because it's a bigger ship.
couple of my
Maybe,
coworkers.
maybe
they
because
get
it's a
fishing
fictional
pox.
ship.
You guys
I
get-
don't have anything to live up to because it never existed in the
That
first
looks
place.
so cool, man.
Hmm.
We had a former guy worked with us that anytime you hear on the news that waves are over 8 foot, the guy called
That's
in
way
sick.
cool.
He had surfing pox. I get battleship pox.
That's way
And,
cool.
and see, it even has the 551s on
Okay.
the side instead of the 538s.
That's cool
That is cool.
to see it moving. You know, a ship that non-existent. Look at that thing.
Of course, if we want to go into ships to non-existent, I might as well talk about the entire Russian tech tree. But
Wow. Survey says we're going there.
no.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Where's the other airplane at?
What? Oh, the other
Yeah,
skull
we
plane?
lose it when you got shot, or
No, even before I came on board, they were incompetent. What do you want? So there's a Baltimore who is very much regretting his life as he loses a good third of his health.
so if you people out there, if you get a chance, and you're in the area of Los Angeles, San Pedro area, come on down and see this ship. This is all done with volunteers.
It's true.
It ain't like we got like garden gnomes in the middle of the night to come down and fix the ship up.
Volunteer.
We got
training.
volunteers. We got some paid, but most of it's done by volunteers on this ship. You can see from the painting to doing of the deck or on a tour or going down in the engine room with Larry. He does that. I do the other parts
Full
of the tour.
steam ahead tour.
Full speed ahead. Awesome tour. If you come down, if you're a military, I say the word military. If you're and we can honor you when
Any
you come
vets.
down. We just put Battleship Iowa welcomes in your name. It sounds pretty cool.
If you were listening to our program, you hear
Yeah, in the
every once in a while
background.
they're piping another veteran
Yep.
on board
Yep.
on here,
It's true.
which becomes real nice as a battleship doing it. Any museum that does that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's cool to be on this ship. We have Iowa veterans on board today, which is awesome. Shout out to Mac,
Right next to Long Beach. You
Mac
can't miss
and
us.
Canfield, awesome guys, and Chief Marty, another great
Yeah,
guy.
we had Marty here.
Marty is unreal.
Last weekend.
Awesome
Yeah, last
guy.
weekend we had Marty on
He
board.
is a blast. That's a Chief Petty Officer, E7, awesome guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna give a plug out to the 710 Grill here in San Pedro. If you guys like hot foods, I had to sign a waiver to eat these hottest hot. Have you ever had hot wings
I
that bad?
don't know if it's still there anymore.
Is it? Oh
I
man,
heard that it's not there anymore, and I walked by it once.
This guy, man.
because it was
Shout
like
out.
it was
You
over
just
a
did-
year ago. I
You just
went
did
there.
a shout.
Iowa welcomes
to a place that no longer exists.
Okay, I gave a shout out to a place that no longer
Thanks,
exists.
Larry.
Well,
You got to update your
then
Thomas
it's okay
guide.
to do it.
Update your Thomas guide.
Yeah. These hot
Hey,
wings, you
got
signed
one.
a waiver to eat them.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been to Hooters, wing stops, every hot wing place, and ate their hottest of hot. They're nothing compared to this place.
Public health.
My first bite, I was stomping my foot like a little girl, because, I mean, I tell you, that was hot. I'm holding Tourette's back to
Oh.
describe how hot they were.
Awesome.
As you've noticed, our guests have very strong Navy mouths, and
No,
They're doing their
that's
best.
This one over here. That
I'm the
one.
BT, yeah.
He
so,
has no
so
filter.
the BMs don't.
No, this is.
Or his comment says 710 closed after the owner passed.
Oh.
So
See, that person knew, so they knew what you was talking about. That's
Okay.
way cool.
Did you try their hot wings there? Whoever was there?
No, it was
Oh.
710's closed after
well,
the owner
maybe,
passed.
maybe
That's
it'll
way cool.
maybe it'll comment further, but who knows?
The rest of their hot wings are always good there, but I had them sign
Yeah.
the waiver to eat them.
So I currently have
They're
300.
saying you let the Larrys down when you blew up our ships. Look at that. Thank you.
Yeah.
See, that's
Yeah,
him.
see? Yeah.
He's driving the ship. How many you wrecked so far? 4.
Yeah.
Four
That's a
ships,
4
Danny.
ship.
Yeah.
4 of them.
With no kills.
No kill.
I just got
Like,
one.
you ran into-
He just
No, I got.
Oh,
I
okay.
shot another one to death.
Okay, so
he
two.
just
now
invented
we
his
have
own
two.
game. It's called Battleship Demolition.
Oh, if you think that's my own
That's
game,
so
oh no,
bad.
that's the name of this game.
See, look at that. Look, how would you lose the Mo? Exactly. How would you lose the Mo, Nick?
Well, no, she said. It said, "How could you loose the mo?"
Lose. It means lose. Guys, stop for lunch. Check it in. Okay, cool.
Or that's Sean.
Way cool.
The other guy.
But see, there's a shout up there that says, you let the Larrys down.
Yeah.
He's driving the ship. We worked and we were a part of the ship's crew. But Nick's, look at that. Upside down.
Yep.
Not good.
Belly up. And if you get a chance, come on down here. This is what it's like every weekend here.
Look,
Actually,
the props are still on,
7
man.
days a
Look at
week.
that. Look, you're still on. Look, you're in the
Oh,
engine room.
oh, yeah.
Larry didn't get out. Look.
Up.
Oh.
Down I
Well,
go.
well, this was Montana. This wasn't
No,
Missouri.
you wasn't on that.
That wasn't
He
on that.
wrecked 3 Iowa class and the Montana.
It's true. But it's okay because Montana never existed.
Good thing they don't have a driver's license for battleships.
Yeah, that's it. Is it Montana? I think it is Montana. I got a speeding ticket there in 1985 that I never paid for. So I don't think I can ever go back through that state again.
Well, congrats. I've done you your service. So.
Yeah.
Yep, you've sunk 4 of our ships.
Yeah.
So, all right, folks. Thank you for joining us for this short little blurb.
Had fun.
And fun with the Larrys and Larry. We're going to pause for a little bit while we go and grab some lunch.
Lunch sounds good.
So we'll see you guys back in a little bit. Take care, everyone.
Bye.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was cool.